Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.
Welcome to the Drop the Puck Highlight Show, bringing you the best in all the action from around the NIHL North 1. We start back at the weekend of the Saturday the 20th and 21st of January, where we catch up with the action from the Widnes Wild and Solway Sharks Moralee Cup game. It had been 2 weeks since the sides had last met, and it was Solway that were 5-1 up in aggregate. With a lot to do, Widnes faced a mountain ahead of them. This one's brought to you by Drop the Puck, commentary from myself and Gary Lee.
Well, Mr. Roger calls him to the middle, and it's going to be Henderson and Britain are going for the draw. And away we go with this semi-final second leg. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, currently Sharks are up 5-1 in aggregate, but the Wild coming in early, looking to try and get something with Hyde. Cleared away, however, by Danskin. Thrown back in by the Wild and easily picked up by Henderson. Henderson just going to take his time, bring that out to Boyd, Callum Boyd. Under pressure immediately, but they've managed to clear it with Henderson down the wing. Henderson beats his man, cuts inside, goes to go round the back. Sent all the way, put it back through there. And Wild live to tell the tale, and away they go again. Thrown forward for Williamson to chase, but it's going to be Kerr who gets there first. A little bit to D to D. Sent back again, Kerr into the middle to Henderson. Beautiful play. Solway moving with ease at the moment as McBean on the puck now. Puts it in. And there's your first 40 seconds already, or 50 seconds so, of action. And I tell you what, it's looking good. The face-off will be right-hand side of Hepburn's net. Taken and won by Solway. Look to play it out. Hare knocks it forward. It's going to be chased down by Henderson and Murray. Through body and come off in favour of Harper and Jackson. Through to Horn. Harper now far side. Away. Murray takes a shot, and Ross Murray. Well, Sharks banging on the door early. Finney seeing a lot of rubber. Another shot comes in. Hare's going to pick up that rebound. And this is something already the Sharks are proving to be doing a little bit more than the Wild, and that's recovering the loose pucks.
Yeah. And this is something that they struggled with like that last game as well.
Coulter at pace manages to grab it. Swarmed by the Sharks immediately. Edwards gets tied up with his man on the far side. Still Lewis Edwards puts it in the middle. Skating through was bare shoes as he crashes in with the net there. Well, we'll see it again in that one. Edwards trying to feed it across. Last second to Hughes. Hughes couldn't quite get his stick down in time. Looked like he came off the skate of a Sharks player and goes crashing into that net. It was a good effort by the Wild there. First sort of real opportunity. As it's taken quickly, far side, Young picks it up, Lewis Young. Chipped away at him by Jonathan Williamson. Come back out to the high slot there where it was Bentham who took a shot through traffic. Sharks with Hamill again. Williamson gets in there, gets in the way. They've managed to get hold of it. McBean takes control of the play, takes it into the corner, looks inside. Nothing there, works his way around, ties up with Williamson again, who digs that out. Hamill, little drop pass to McBean behind his net. Taylor forced into action. Young couldn't quite reel it in, and it's come all the way down for Bentham to chase, and that's going to be a quick change for the Wild players as they try and get them on a quick up with McBean. Bentham reading that pass well. McBean forced into the cul-de-sac, however. Hamill. Forecheck from Britain. They draw the Wild in, looking for that high man. High man will be Henderson. Intercepted by the Wild. Shot in from Hagger. Spilt up. Rich gets it again. Takes another shot low. Callum Hepburn's there to stop him. And that's cleared away by Shevlin. Well, Cian Shevlin managed to get it all the way down to Riddick, who's now tied up on the opposite end. And Coulter did not like that one. Sends it back round to Riddick. Riddick looks for the pass, tries to get it to Edwards. Read well by Kerr, shuts the door on that. Henderson recovers the puck. And now Boyd played it to Gapper. Gapper on the ice for the first time tonight. Riddick ties up in the corner. Edwards digs that one out. Only goes as far as Henderson, who takes a shot where Gapper's waiting posted out in front. Don't think Murray realised he was there. Put back through the neutral zone, no one there. Kerr gets it for a third time, sends it round. It's going to be picked up by Boyd. Takes his time. What's he got there? Can he get round Riddick? Yes, he can. Gets it to Gapper. Looks to go out in front. And the Wild finally get a stick in there. Get it to Edwards. Kerr shuts that one down. Turned around, straight at Murray. Jack Murray. Shot to Gapper. Gapper takes a shot. Comes off a Wild player. Hughes has to react quickly. Interestingly, Gary, I think we're seeing Hughes play forward again. Well, out in front, and it's in!
There you go.
And it's Peter Gapper with the goal. Well,
it was coming, Ben.
Yeah, we saw it there. There was mismatch between the passes and the Wild. They couldn't clear it. It spilt up out off the pads of Finney, and Gapper sends it up over them.
So, with 11:45 remaining in this first period, it's Widnes Wild 0. Solway Sharks 1.
That makes it 6-1 on aggregate to the Sharks now.
6:18 remaining in this first period. Wild a goal down to Solway.
It's either too many men or abuse of an official. I'm waiting for the official call now. There you go. Abuse of an official is what we've got.
Well, clearly Mr. Rogers isn't taking anything tonight.
No, the first penalty comes against the Wild. Well, as Sharks come and score, just like that on the power play.
He's skating right the way through there.
Yeah, we'll see that one again. Like a hot knife through butter. He picks his way through. Plenty of time to pick his shot. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Puts another on the board. It's now Widnes Wild 0, Solway Sharks 2. That makes it 7-1 on aggregate. Wow. As we know, the Stars have been a young team developing this season, and they've really put on a show. Edwards picks it up, puts it towards Hepburn, swept away last minute. Another shot comes in, this time from Hagger, high, off a deflection into the netting above. We'll see it again on the replay now. Hagger managed to, there's the initial shot from Edwards, spills back out. Hagger gets there first, a one-timer, and comes off a stick into that netting. So we go for a redo, left-hand side of Hepburn. Coulter wins it with the draw. One-timer from Hagger, the wise to it and get bodies in the way. Riddick under pressure again. Widnes just not being given time to settle on the puck at all.
That's just saying, they can't put anything together. It must be frustrating them.
Riddick looks up ice, tries to play it up. Puck goes behind the man and Hagger couldn't drag it forward. Murray now just takes control of the situation, throws it forward again. As little Edwards sends it round Connolly, sends it back once more to Hughes, gets it round to Edwards again, almost trips the official up. Picked up in the middle by Lewis Young. Young looks up ice, takes it into the corner. Dropped it, one-time shot coming in from McBean. Spilled back up into the corner, and again another tight-angled shot. McBean feeling confident to just shoot on sight.
Well, what has he got to lose?
Kerr gets it back to Danskin, who lost it in his skates for a split second. Back to Kerr. Kerr wearing the C tonight in replace of Tonar. Forward to Hamill. Cam Hamill goes to go down the wing, but he's read well by Taylor, and Regan Taylor puts a stick in at the right time. He's taken off the puck, however, by McBean, who looks to get it out front into the office. Taylor and McBean battling shoes. Taylor gets a stick there. They've cleared the zone. Bez Hughes can only send it so far. Gives it up to Gilbert in the middle. Gilbert, great pass over to Corson Heron, who sends it back out the zone as soon as they gained it. Danskin sends it over to his D-man. Little chip off the half-board. Young, body on for that, but McBean's going to get there first. McBean twisting and turning behind Gilbert, making it difficult for him. Still McBean! All the way, Johnny McBean! Well, that's what he can do, Gary. We'll see it again in the replay. He picks it up out in front of his own team boards, all the way through the Widnes side. Little flick, goes top shelf on Finney.
Do you know what? That was perfect. Almost perfect. And with that, 2 minutes 47 remaining in this first period, it's Widnes Wild 0, Solway Sharks 3.
Gapper and Hyde face off in their position, but it's going to be Britton and Henderson in on a dot. Puck drops them away for the second period. Immediately it's Widnes in possession. But forward come the Sharks with Boyd. And that's why he was stretching because he knew what was coming. Gapper and Boyd pairing up again. Gapper this time twisting and turning, creating space. Henderson top of the slot all by himself. Shot finally comes in, comes off Boyd itself. And then Hyde with the job of bringing it out for the Wild. Throws it straight into the opposite corner where Hopkins is going to chase down Danskin. Hopkins and Danskin smash sticks together. Comes out Danskin's way. Wild forced to retreat. Danskin looks up ice immediately. Hyde on the forward check. Gets around him. Gapper aids that back into the middle. It's turned around by Britton. Britton to Hyde. Hyde's got Hopkins on the right side. Decides to cut down himself. Hopkins drop pass into Hyde. Round the back of the net. And that's a fizzled out play by the Wild as the Sharks take over once more.
Oh, nice little chip play there.
Sharks throw it forward for Henderson where Riddick plays it off the boards out front. And that was, well, Callum Boyd there. Looked like he wasn't going to get anything on it. Gets something on it last second and under the leg of Finney it goes.
Well, I'm going to say it now, Ben. They do not give up. They don't take their foot off the pedal. And they're putting more pressure on Finney and that Widnes Wild net with literally just 59 seconds gone in this second period. It's now Widnes Wild 0, Solway Sharks 4.
Coulter in for the draw in the no man's land. Sharks gain possession of that again. Clear the zone, chipped in on the far side by Hare. Wild can't clear it. Flying bodies as Haggard takes control of the situation. And that's going to be Bentham who picks that loose puck up. Bentham sends it over. And now Harper for the Wild. Murray stares him down. Ross Murray trying to get the read on Harper. Edwards plays it off McBean. Straight back into the stick of Bentham again. Lovely little move in the middle there. And again, is that Conley? I believe it is. Looks to go out in front. Conley all the way round. Kerr takes the shot. McBean's looking for the mop up, and there it is. From the word go, Conley had the read of that. Ross Conley picks the puck up, sends it all the way around the net. Stuart Kerr takes the shot through traffic. McBean's there for the loose change. And like that, Gary, it's now YKK Widnes Wild 0, Solway Sharks 5. That is 10-1 aggregate.
To be expected, really, wasn't it?
Coles had a decent performance against Solway in the initial 5-1 defeat of the first leg of this game. You can see the highlights of that on the Shot the Puck highlight showers. It's picked up by Hamill. Put it out in front for McBean again, who's looking for a hat-trick.
Do you know what? When there's one player, like a Sharks player with the puck, there's another one directly behind him picking up the scraps.
Young, through the middle. Finds McBean on the far side. Sorry, that was Hamill. Wild just desperately trying to clear the zone. Kerr skates back for that one under the eye of Corson Heron. Sharks come again. Lewis Young this time. Drops it back for McBean. Turned around. Hopkins. Can he get it to Hyde? Does so. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Dan Hyde takes the shot. It looked like it had just gone wide. Wasn't much in it. Hopkins picks the puck up again. Sent around for Bentham to chase. Hyde gets in there, takes it off him. Bentham and Hyde as he rides Hyde into the board. Hopkins is there for the loose puck. He's taking off the puck. Bentham in on it. And the Sharks, easy as you like, clear that away. And up they come with Gapper. Peter Gapper inside the dot. Still Gapper. Gapper! All the way, Peter Gapper. That was just rude. Peter Gapper, see it in the replay again as he gains the zone. Inside the dot all time you like. Flicks it to the toe of his stick. Goes far around Cole. And, well, it's now YKK Widnes Wild 0. Solway Sharks 6 at 11-1 on aggregate. So, face off right hand side of Coles. Taken quickly and won by the Wild, who looked to clear it out. Managed to get it to Hyde on the left wing. Hyde looks up ice immediately. He's got a man in front of him in the form of Gapper. Gets around him. Swung all the way around for Hamill. Hamill turns it back. Oh, it's turned back around by the Wild. In the skate of Hyde, he loses it. Young picks it up this time. Lewis Young through the middle. Takes his time. Drop pass. McBean shoots. Johnny McBean. Well, Lewis Young, Hamill and McBean. There's 3 young lads are causing absolute murder right now for the Widnes Wild. And it's only boasting great things for the future of the Solway Sharks there.
Yeah, excellent play put together, and clinically it's put in the back of the net, and it's now with 13:38 remaining in this second period. Widnes Wild 0, Solway Sharks 7.
Let's remind ourselves, Gary, Wild have got a game tomorrow. They play the Solihull Barons in the league, so they won't want to take any silly penalties tonight.
No, or any injuries, really.
Exactly. And this game's out their reach now, so it is formality. So you're just going to want to see this one out as nicely as you can, try and get a bit of pride and respect out of it, and then go in tomorrow where it's going to make a difference.
Well, I'd be certainly trying stuff out.
Because the Barons right now are ahead of the Wild in the league. Shot in, and there it is! Hager finds the back of the net, and he knows the Hepburn is not invincible. We'll see it again. They're working the puck round. One time, Hager, bang! Hepburn just not quick enough, and that had some venom on it. We have to be truthful. But finally, Widnes are on the board.
Well, I said there was one guy you need to watch, and he wanted to make a little statement of his own there. So it's Widnes Wild 1, Solway Sharks 7.
So 4:33 on the clock. 2-minute power play in favour of the Widnes Wild. And Mr. Roger just having a quick word with Martin Grubb on the Solway bench, as that one is immediately over and done. It's going to be Coulter and Horn who go in for the face-off. Hopkins loses out to Danskin into the corner. Bentham tries to come over to help instead. Hopkins has managed to get there. Coulter comes round, finds Hughes to Hager. Well, we know what Hager's play is there. Sends it back around for Hopkins as he couldn't really get the one-timer set up in the big slap shot. Edwards needs to react quickly, but Bentham's there. Again off the tee box from Bentham. He's going to put that on the fairway of Cole's stick. Hughes taking his time. Lovely little play. There's Coulter. Well, I come off Horn. Sent back to Hughes. Hare causing all sorts of trouble for Hughes. Quick play. Coulter finds Hager. Hager looking to gain the zone. Does so. Dropped for Hopkins. Hopkins to Coulter. Almost a minute of this power play gone. Too much on that. Hughes is flat out. Coles didn't know whether to come or go. It's a 2-on-2. And that was textbook. Well, Hare to Horn. And it was pretty much a gimme. The minute Hughes did not get back up, Coles was trapped in no man's land. Did he come or go? Coulter couldn't get there in time. And it was an easy goal for the Solway Sharks short-handed. It's now Widnes Wild 1, Solway Sharks 8. Again, Britton and McBean in for the face-off. Taking the time. Sent over Horn. Puck chopped off. Edwards puts the body on. Final minute now. Horn dispossessed. Wild throw forward to Edwards again. Edwards misses. Well, he skates around that check. Gets it out in front. Hopkins was there looking for the loose change. Britton gets the loose change. They put another one past Hepburn. We'll see that again. And that all stems from that hit on Edwards. He got around his man, put the puck on. The initial shot from Hopkins causes a rebound, and Nathan Britton mops up. It's now Widnes Wild 2, Solway Sharks 8. Hepburn still down. And I tell you what, Edwards, if he'd have taken that hit, that would have put him out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, he done well. He jumped over it.
Well, Hepburn is down still at the moment. We're just waiting to see. It looks like he's getting some treatment, Cal.
Oh!
And they've waved it off! The goal has been waved off! Are they saying it's netminder interference?
Well.
Oh, that's not gone down well with the fans here. And we already knew tensions were bubbling. If that wasn't the match to the blue light paper, I don't know what was.
Well, it looks like they're saying that his head was down.
Well, not even, well, I don't want to go into showing replays and things. We've got to go with what's on the ice, what the officials say. Well, Murray is arguing. Well, he's not arguing. He's speaking there, as is Corson Heron. Mr. Roger comes back.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the call is.
Okay, and we're waiting for the official call. And goaltender is injured, is what they're giving.
Wow.
Well, Hepburn taking his time to get up there. He is up now.
Still only 13:30 remaining, and it's almost like it's dragging this period now.
Face off in neutral zone, won by the Wild as he throw that puck forward once more. Hepburn out of his net, finds Conley. Conley plays it around Edwards to Gapper. Gapper finds Henderson. Henderson couldn't quite get it past the defenseman on the far side. That's Taylor. Big hit in the corner again. Coulter got it out.
Oh!
Justice Williamson loses his edge. Edwards tries to cause a bit of issue there for Boyd, and Taylor's come straight over on that one. Wild recover the puck. Hagger in the middle, looks up. Decides to take a shot himself, low and hard. Spilt up into the corner by Hepburn, recovered by Kerr. Kerr sends it round to once more. Hagger pointing, looking for the open man. Boyd's got it though, he sent it back in the middle. Lovely work from Henderson. Henderson reels it in. Henderson goes to post it in. Good save, Coles. And now back up the other way with Harper. Harper and Coulter. He's got Edwards far side for support. Luke Edwards, backhand, what a save!
Yes!
That was it in though! And they've given it this time, and it all came from Edwards. We see that again from the start. Pass over to Edwards. Edwards puts it on for Harper in the middle. Tries to backhand it. He spills up for Hagger. Hagger scores on the board again. And the Wild get another goal.
Well, fans are quite happy, even though they're so far behind. Fans are happy to see the score on the board. Widnes Wild 2, Solway Sharks 8.
Well, Gary, what do you think Rich Hagger has said to his guys?
Do you know what? I would have just said to them, look, game's out of our hands now. All we've got to do, play for some pride. You've got fans who paid good money to come and watch this game. Let's give them a show. Let's show them that we're not prepared to roll over. And go out and play hockey.
Do you know, I really agree. That probably is what he said. As the play continues once more, Lewis Young in the corner. Britton holds him up against the boards. Williamson gets in there. Dirty hockey again against them corner boards. Bentham's going to get that one. Sends it back to Conley. Ross Conley and Rich Bentham. Been an absolute force to be reckoned with tonight as far as Widnes concerned. Hamill picks it up again. Down that left-hand side. And Cameron Hamill been another standout player as Harper looked like he took that one to the face initially. And if anybody knows what that's like, Cade King will, and so will Lewis Young. Shot in again. Second bite of the cherry, and there it is from McBean. And that, my friends, is numero 4.
Well, can't say it hasn't been coming, Ben.
Well, that's the problem, Gary. You're not wrong. And we'll see it again. Yeah, he's all the time in the world. Loose puck. None of the Wild players are making an effort to jump on it. And he sent it in off the ironwork.
And the thing is, when it's bouncing around that blue paint area, you can guarantee if it falls to a Shark, it'll go in the net. So, it's Widnes Wild 2. It's always Sharks 9. Well, it's replacing like for like almost, isn't it?
And it does seem right now like Solway are holding all the aces in the pack. As Hare back out to Horn. And that's what you get for trying to shoot on our goal, they say. As it's now Widnes Wild 2, Solway Sharks 10. Beautiful pass from Hare to Horn. Horn just unopposed at all the time to pick the spot.
Yeah, they just seem to, those long stretch passes just seem to catch the Wild out as and they seem to come down the outside. And the speed they have when they're doing it as well, Ben. The Wild just don't seem to have the answers for it.
I mean this in the nicest way possible and with as much respect, but it's like the Wild just don't care anymore. They just want to see the game out. Play it out. Try and get a point out of it or two for themselves, for the stats. Bit of momentum going into tomorrow night. but otherwise, they just want Solway out their ring.
Thing is, they've got to play him again, haven't they?
Well, yeah, this is the cup. They've got him again in the league at some point.
So, getting the measure of him now wouldn't be a bad shout.
As Solway take another shot, and again at Sheffield. Very tight angle shot, lovely shot. But here we go, it's foot race. Armstrong, well, Tendy comes right out, Scott there. Armstrong was chasing up on it. He was under pressure. He's lost out the puck there. Sharks recover, reset, and it seems like all night the Wild have been dancing to the beat of the Sharks.
Yeah. Without a doubt, and they are leading the merry dance as well.
Hamill behind the net. Out in front.
Oh, here we go.
Great to see the young kid still giving it all. That's Edwards. Threw it on net, came off a bit too thick though. Kept alive. Edwards back to Hager. Tried to go back to Edwards. Bentham intercepts. Hager gets there again, sends it backwards. Pulls the players onside. Hughes dumps it in behind. It's going to be Hager there first. Hager puts out in front. There's not a single Wild player there. Instead, the Sharks are there to turn it round again. Young sends it out to the corner for McBean. It's going to be intercepted by Coulter. Lewis Young still pressuring Joey Coulter. Looking up ice.
Do you know
with
what,
Jackson.
Ben? It's been fast-paced all the way through this game.
Jackson and Young just a little spill in no man's land. Young again out in front. Scott having to keep his head in the swivel late here in the third. Hager shoots it on. Lovely little stick save by Scott. Out in front, Edwards had all the time in the world until McBean stepped in. And the Sharks now, a little bit of weathering of the storm as the Wild making a last-ditch attempt to get something going, something out of this. Gilbert's going to pursue his man. They've played it off to Gapper though on that right wing. Gapper holds it up. Petter Gapper takes a shot, comes through traffic off a body. Bobbles out and Edwards is back. Oh, sorry, Meehan. Meehan now far side. Jake Meehan puts it across into the middle for Gilbert.
Oh, just too much.
Bentham's going to reel that one in. Thank you very much, he says, as they turn back around once more with Henderson. Henderson to Gapper. Gapper puts it back to Henderson. Back door. And Coles looked like he was just glued to the spot.
Yeah, he did actually. And he watched it go past him as well.
Yeah, you see in the replay there, all the time in the world, he'd already dropped into that butterfly position, expecting Gapper to shoot. Back door was wide open for Henderson.
Yeah, unmarked. So with 2:32 remaining in this third and final period, it's Widnes Wild 2, Solway Sharks 11.
I'm joined at this time by head coach of the Solway Sharks, Martin Grubb. Martin, we spoke briefly before this, but it's fair to say the majority of the work had been done before you even set foot in this barn tonight. I'm joined at this time by head coach of the Solway Sharks, Martin Grubb. Martin, we spoke briefly before this, but it's fair to say the majority of the work had been done before you even set foot in this barn tonight.
Yeah, obviously the first leg at home, last year we discussed drawing 3-3, and this year we knew we had to come here, difficult building to play in, so we wanted a result at home. Obviously 5-1 was I think a good cushion for us, but I think the key for us, not only that first leg, but we came in here on a 0-0. We wanted to win the game. We wanted to prove that we can actually play here, because we always get, almost sucked into a little bit less of our style of hockey. So it was important for us to probably weather the early 5-7 minute storm like we did, and then impress our game on the style of the way the play was going. And after that, I thought we were good. But you're right, yeah, the first leg certainly made it more comfortable for us.
What was the game plan coming in tonight? Because you mentioned there, obviously, Widnes can bring you down from what you class as your style of hockey. I mentioned it on the commentary there. Widnes can benefit from scrappy hockey, where obviously Solway like to play clean hockey. We saw a little bit of both in that game, so both teams were able to benefit.
Yeah, I mean, we since the Christmas break, we've been working on we made a couple of little tweaks. We've been working on a little bit of a different structure, certainly to create more offense for ourselves. And I think it's worked where everybody's bought in. And the biggest key for us coming in here tonight was just to really be focused and prove that it's still a 0-0 game. And you know, at the business end of any season, trying to make a final, obviously challenging up that top end of the league, you've got to find ways to win. If you could find ways to win while still playing the right way, then that certainly helps us. You know, we're a team that likes to skate, likes to move the puck. And a lot of time, to Widnes' credit, they take a lot of time and space away for you here, so we've worked a little bit on making sure we can create our own time and space. We're good in the D zone, and we've got a couple of set specific exits that allow us to then go on 3-on-2 and odd man rushes, and that was successful for us tonight. You know, backed by Cal always gives us solid goaltending. Grant come in there for 10 minutes and done really well. So it was about just really impressing our style of hockey in the game, where it's fast, it's direct. We try and obviously get our skill in there, and then there was times that we had to mix it a little bit and prove that we won't be bullied, but it's not really our style. And that we kind of gave up that first power play goal on that. But you know, I liked our game. Certainly, second period particularly, I thought we were dominant and we were ruthless, and hopefully we've put a bit of a show on as well.
I'm joined now by Wild defenseman Bez Hughes. Bez, it's a bitter one to swallow. It was kind of an offset battle coming in already, 5-1 down. Fresh slate though, 0-0. What do you think happened?
Well, I think unfortunately it is the nature of this beast that we call ice hockey. It'll throw you the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And tonight, I don't know what it was. We came into the game with a plan, the same exact plan to where we took him to overtime a few weeks ago. And it just wasn't clicking, and we don't know what we tried to sort it out, and it's just not worked. And you know, we've played, people have put effort in, and it was there tonight. But it's just one of those days. It doesn't always go your way, does it? And so obviously all credit to Solway. They've put away as many chances as they had, and you know, everybody knows they're a brilliant team. So yeah, fair play to them.
Now, we said it in the commentary, it seemed like halfway through the game, Widnes realised that maybe the game had gone out of their hands, so like attention turned towards the Solihull game tomorrow in the league again, and maybe just sitting a little bit back, not, you know, want to take so many penalties or injuries and things. What was said in the locker rooms between?
Well, obviously we didn't want to take injuries, penalties after that first period, so, and we'd realised the cup had gone. It was all about trying to limit damage to us and focus and work on what we need to go into tomorrow, and try and just keep our heads level, not be too high, not be too low, not letting our heads drop, just trying to play our own game, just work on the little things. And unfortunately, you know, we've carried on doing that, and the damage just kept coming. They come in waves and waves, and they've been able to put goals away, and that's, you know, that's just what they can do. When they've got the opportunity, they'll do it. And like I said, they're a brilliant hockey club, and they're well drilled, they're well organised. They've got an opportunity, they're going to put it away, and you just got to try and stop them doing it. And unfortunately tonight, we've just not been able to do it.
Other results from that night included the Solihull Barons beating the Deeside Dragons 10-2. Then on the Sunday, that Northern derby again of the Stars and the Warriors, this time the Stars coming out 4-2 victors, and then the Barons turning over the Wild also on Sunday night 6-5. 7 days later of the weekend of the 28th and 29th saw plenty of teams in action on the Saturday and Sunday night. The interesting matchups were the Wild against the Scimitars on the Saturday, and also the Blackburn Hawks against the Billingham Stars on the Sunday. Having to dust themselves off after that tough defeat to the Solway Sharks, the Widnes Wild were welcoming the Sheffield Scimitars to town a week later. The Scimitars still looking for their first win of the season. Commentary for this one's brought to you by myself and former Widnes Wild player Lee Kemp.
Face off, left hand side of Finney's net. Draw win for the Scimitars. Picked up by Edwards on the far side. Edwards looks up ice, looking for the support. Obviously, interestingly now, there's going to be a change up in line, so it looks like Barlow's taking the place of Hagger. Oh. Edwards is there, 2 bites of the cherry, and he's defended it. Stone stands tall, and he's got the response early for the Widnes forwards. How interesting is that though, Gary? It's going to be Barlow that makes the jump from line 2 to line 1 to replace Hagger.
Well, he's the man to do it, isn't he?
You'd have thought so, but it's going to be who makes the jump from 3 to 2 now to sit alongside the likes of Mike Gilbert.
Well, at the national anthems there at the start, quite a big line-up, some old familiar faces back.
Yeah, we're just mentioning that. We've got Mitchell back, Greaves is back as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that rolls out. Will we see Bez Hughes break out again from the defensive duties? As Howells behind his own net picks that one up. Goes to send it forward. But already Scimitars setting the stall out and letting Widnes know it's not going to be that easy. As Harper, former Scimitar himself, sits behind his own net looking to set something up. Two-man forecheck.
Oh.
Good pressure into the corner again. Out front. Finney quick to respond. Scrum up on the dot. Gilbert finally gets a stick on it. He's got it to Hughes. Hughes looks like he is playing forward. Gets rubbed out the play in there as he dumps it in. So interestingly, Bez Hughes given free rein again.
He'll love that.
Harper and TJ are your defenders. Jackson. Yeardley now picks it up for the Wild down the left. For the Scimitars down the left-hand side, taking out the play. Greaves just knocks that past Say. Morris shoots, deflected around the corner from Finney. Again, Say under pressure from Jackson. Jackson takes him out the play. They've managed to work it round well though.
Oh, good.
Hopkins with the shot, and Harry Hopkins is another one who you can't leave unmarked. He does know where the net is. Another shot comes in. This early on, Lee, it's all pressure from Scimitars.
Yeah.
What do Wild need to do now?
Just got to get a hold of this puck, I think, and just settle things down. They're chasing the puck around. They've just got to get their positions, I think, and just regroup.
Things still looking a bit unsettled as the Wild trying to settle into this game, but right now they are dancing to the beat of the Sheffield Scimitars. Multiple shots coming on. Howells again, top of the slot. Goes to go through traffic. Sheffield being given plenty of time to create these opportunities as Morris is finally taken off the puck by Greaves.
Well, welcome back, Greaves.
Say manages to play that one out. Right across the middle, well intercepted by Jackson. Reads that well and decides to hold on to that. Quick line change for the Wild, clever move. Plays it up to Greaves. We know Greaves likes it against these half boards. Dumped and sent in. That's going to be an icing call. Technically now, Widnes looking good. It's the finishing that's crucial.
Yeah, final touches and evading them at the moment.
Face off. A little bit too much sauce on that from Harper. Overexcited. You understand why for this one.
Yeah.
As Edwards caught up with Say there. Harper back, chased by Say on the forecheck. Edwards called into action quickly. Edwards and Coulter as they look for Barlow. That was why Barlow was on. It's the transition to that first line as he gets around Yeardley. Coulter sends it through to Barlow in the middle. Barlow crowded out. And again, through traffic, spilt up. Scooped up by Mitchell. Shoots into the glove of Stones. And we're starting to see some more now, Lee. Good action.
Yeah, again, I think another quick pass there to Joey might have been thingy. Nice little shot on goal. And Alex has just turned and spun, and those ones can always go in, so Stones has made a good save there.
So how will this PK unit deal with this? 2 minutes on the clock and we're away. As they look to set up, but immediately throw it on net. That came from the point. Round the back of the net. Taken by Hopkins. Say, Jackson goes over. Stays with his man, does well. Barlow sweeping in front, giving him no option to get that puck away. Good play by Jackson's come out with that, and he's just going to dump that forward into two-man. Looked like Hyde was going to chase that down. He's giving it to Barlow to do. Barlow now on the forecheck. Turn round. Wild for the Scimitars on the puck. Sends it forward to Dineco. Let roll for Say. Back to Dineco. Beautiful little pass gets around Barlow. Dineco has got time and space. What a save, Finney. And you'd have banged your house on Dineco finishing that one, but Finney stands tall. Both netminders coming out with fire today.
Got to be honest, looked like the defence just stood there for a minute.
Yeardley to Morris. Morris takes a shot into the glove of Finney. He's frozen that one up. Ooh. Oh, there was Yeardley there, and Harper's not having that. He goes straight over. We'll see that again in the replay, Lee. What's going on with the Wild defence?
You can just see there's just too much of a gap. Harper's trying to come out and trying to pinch here, leaving the 2-on-1 back door, and he needs to just play either a box, sort something out here. Miles did the smart thing, get a whistle, take a face-off.
So man advantage, Wild banging on the door. Lee, they've got to get something off this.
I think you need to. I think they've had a few good shots. I think if they can get one here and just settle the nerves a little bit, I think.
Right now, Sheffield doing enough to hold Wild at bay. Gilbert looks up. Played into Harper. Harper gets round Yardley. Keeps hold of it. Drops it back to Gilbert. Oh, sorry, Hyde. You've got Gilbert there on the far side now. Hyde looking round. Rotating. Goal! What a goal, Danny Hyde. He sees the opportunity. Let's see that again, Lee.
Yeah, you can just see they've worked that really well in the corner between Gilbert and Danny. Danny's just looking for that back door back to Gilbert, but Stones hasn't managed to get to post soon enough. And nice little wraparound goal there from Danny Hyde.
Well, very much against the run of form. It's now Widnes Wild 1, Sheffield Scimitars 0.
Face-off will be left-hand side of Stones' net. Coulter and Sayham for the draw. Coulter wins that one to Barlow at the point. Coulter to Edwards, back to Coulter. Barlow takes a shot deflected from Morris and cleared away by the Scimitars. Finney sends it back round to Coulter. Over to Barlow. That's a slam on then for the offside. Coulter looking for options. He's got Edwards. Decides to give it to Corson Heron. Corson Heron to Barlow. Back to Coulter. Corson Heron in the office to Coulter in the corner. Rotating well, Jackson. Right down the slot as it opened up for him. But he sent it over the bar. Corson Heron's picked it up, recycled it well. We've got a minute left of the power play. Barlow to Edwards. Wild working this well, no reel. Nice. Oh, what absolute beautiful and textbook. Coulter on the back door. Lee, talk us through it.
Absolutely fantastic. Reese is coming up the boards there, TJ 1-2. And you can just see Heron just go Joey back door. Absolute great pass across. Beats all four guys. And Joey's just got an open net. Fantastic.
Well, they're taking advantage of the man being off the ice. And it's now Widnes Wild 2, Sheffield Scimitars 0.
One of the big things right now we're seeing from the Scimitars is that they've got the energy to chase around pretty much man to man with the Wild. But it's those silly little mistakes when the Wild are just getting too cocky with the puck and it's costing them. As we can see, the Wild now start to set up again, however, in the Scimitar zone, lose the puck with Hughes. Howell sends it back. It's going to be cut. Sends it forward for Slosley. Cut again. Knocks it forward. Gilbert gets his stick to it. And the Scimitars starting to bleed a few more of the players through now. Into the corner. Greaves gets it behind the net. Wild starts setting something up.
Whoa.
Out in front, Gilbert. Oh. Good attempt. What a save, Stones. And a second bite of the cherry in from Hughes. Let's see that one more time.
Greaves behind the net. Gilbert just finds that pocket of space in the house. Nice little pass from Greaves. Good shot, good save by Stones, and then a rebound from Bezzy.
Yeah, great.
As a defensive man, Lee, that period break, what would you have been saying to them?
Again, I think they look comfortable on the puck, both teams, to be fair. I think they either just going to pinch a bit too soon. They need to learn when to pinch and when not to pinch because of these odd man breaks. I think once they get that sorted, I think they'll be fine.
Play read well by Armstrong there, but it was lovely play from the Scimitars as they push forward again. Hughes. Got Barlow, sorry, with his new shiny helmet. Barlow looks to drag round his man.
Oh.
Too much.
You can't do it all on your own.
Yeah, we know Matt likes a highlight reel. Meehan now on the forecheck. Sent back for Rushby. Morris clears it to Wild. Big over the top pass for Taylor. Gets it to Meehan on the wing. You can see now they're trying to Trying to give some ice time to the young lads, get some experience for them. Williamson had to turn into the cul-de-sac. Jackson quick to react, as say again on the forecheck. Barlow tries to find Corson Heron. Hyde in the middle. Gets it to Hyde. Too much on, he couldn't reel it in. Jackson keeps the play alive, however. Gets it to Hyde. Dineco off the boards, plays it out. Going to be a 2-on-1 situation. Williamson now strung out 3-on-1. And there it is, and that's exactly what you've been talking about, Lee.
Exactly. We
We'll see it again.
TJ kept it in there, but there's just no back checking at all. You got a 3-on-1 here. Nice little pass into the high slot, and yeah, he finishes it off nicely.
And Williamson was hung out to dry there.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do on a 3-on-1. You've got to either play the puck. Miles will probably want the shooter. Williamson's got to just take the 2-on-1, and it's almost impossible in that situation.
14:31 remaining in this second period. It's now Widnes Wild 2, Sheffield Scimitars 1.
Well, I told you, do not write Sheffield out. Maybe this will be the kick up the arse that the Wild need to realise what's going on. And it's going to be a Rodgers goal as Britton drops out back for Corson Heron. Corson Heron looking for the pass. Fans on it, giving it up again. And here come the Scimitars one more time with Dineco down this wing. Cuts inside of Riddick. Sent into the corner for Rodgers. Rodgers now firing his belly. Sent back round for Dineco. Dineco out in front. Shot comes in. And Pywell literally stood there with all the space around him.
Finds that little pocket.
Britton sends that back in. Something around for Howell. They've cleared it down. It's going to be Harper who gets over first for the Wild.
Well, we said it earlier, guys. Give them the chance. No, we'll make it count.
Coulter drops back. Harper. Harper again, causes a mistake and then defends it. Harper just doing too much. Mitchell's trying to watch the high man in cuts. He's managed to get around him now. Cuts takes the shot, and just like that, it's 2-2.
Well,
wow, let's see that again.
Yeah,
is this messing around on the blue line?
You mentioned it. They're doing too much here. They get caught on another break.
Mitchell,
and it's a great shot.
Well, Harper is not happy. He's talking to the official.
Well, 13:18 remaining in this second period, and as quick as you like, it's all square. It's Widnes Wild 2, Sheffield Scimitars 2.
It's the Whitley Warriors 6, D-side Dragons 0. That is at D-side. And we're back underway here at Widnes. As say, works his magic, takes a shot. You can see all day what he was planning there.
TJ got his stick and just put him off on that.
Hopkins into the corner, looks for support. And this time it's the Wild who are capitalising on the mistakes. Rushby does enough. Corson Heron sent it back, and you start seeing now the hits are being finished. Hyde holds up, drops it for Corson Heron. Corson Heron taking out the play. Sent into the corner, however, and Rushby, Corson Heron and Rushby. Williamson pinching on Jackson. Hyde comes to come flying in. Ryder steps in though. Britton. Wild turn up ice, Corson Heron through the middle. Shot in, Nathan Britton! Backhand, top shelf over Brandon Stones. Let's see it again.
Great pass here from Hez, right in the middle. Nathan's got the speed coming through on his backhand, top shelf. Stones maybe went down a little bit too early. He probably won that one back, I think.
10:45 in the second period remaining. It's now Widnes Wild 3, Sheffield Scimitars 2.
Well, the head coach had been pulled immediately for that one. Play resumes though. Could we see Nick Winters get a bit of game time? Morris coming off the back of Hughes' skate. Wild behind the net, looking for support. Looking to play it out. Gets it to Morris at the point. Morris winds up. Feints a shot, drops it to Wild. Wild shoots. And there it is! Well, same as the screen on that one. It falls to Morris in the crease. Let's see it again.
Morris at the top, just fakes that pass, goes back again. Good shot from Wild. Good traffic in front.
Yeah.
Hopkins, I think it is there, just in that house again.
And well, just like that, it's now YKK Widnes Wild 3, Sheffield Scimitars 3. I warned you. 16:53 left in this game, and the Scimitars out to prove a point, and what a ripple across the league this would send.
I think Sheffield just really suits small ice.
With the team they've got at the moment playing two-man Iron Man hockey, because that's what it is. Yes, I agree. They've come to the perfect rink, and they've caused a wild team.
A wounded animal?
A little bit, but they've done it to themselves as well. Wounded, cautious, and overconfident at times. Corson Heron, puts his body in the way of that one. Picked up there by Howells. Sends it back straight to room.
He's having a good game.
Yeah, Hopkins. Oh, he's lost out there. Hyde. He's got an opportunity. Body's thrown at the puck. Words being exchanged. This certainly is not over. As Greaves is on the ice now, anything could happen.
Yeah, I think that goal's sparked it off.
Pywell. Put it across the face of goal then. Deneko in the corner. Keeps it alive. So up to a point, and now the Wild just seem to be standing still at times, Lee. That's not right. You should never be just stood still.
Greaves in the corner there. He did really well to win the puck back and then just stopped moving his feet. He's almost drawing that pressure on, and then he's having to gain that speed up again from a starting position, and it's almost impossible. Got another call here.
Gilbert. As it looks like another delayed call. The arm goes up. Finney to the bench. Out in front. What an effort that was. Coulter, you headed off the pads. Still going. They've got it all the way over to Ruddock. Ruddock takes his time. Puts it back across. It's touched up by Sheffield. 14:52. And we'll find out what this one is. It's on Deneko, who's not happy with Mr. Ryder on that one. So Deneko's being sent the box.
And we'll get the call.
2-2 interference. Okay, we'll wait for the official call now. And there's again, abuse of an official.
You had to be careful there.
Misconduct penalty. And he's gone. That's a game penalty. So that's going to be a big advantage to the Widnes Wild now. That's a 10.
He wasn't happy as soon as the arm went up. He was almost standing in Ryder's face. Wasn't happy with the call. Wouldn't have been surprised if at least the misconduct didn't come out of that.
Yeah. 10-minute misconduct.
You know what? I hate to be the other skater.
We like to call them the Ken Armstrong. Well, that's an internal joke. We shouldn't say that.
Used to love Kenny for doing that. He'd always be the first one to put his hand up for it.
I'll do it.
A bit of ice time.
Yeah.
2 seconds across. We're back underway anyway. The 2 minutes shows on the clock. The Widnes have got the man advantage for the 2 minutes. But the major being served to Deneko for the misconduct is the talking point at the moment, because just when you thought Sheffield were really in it, that could have been the swinging point of the game.
Yeah, it's definitely tilted the ice in favour of Widnes now.
It's a big player for Sheffield to miss as well.
Starting to work the puck around. Oh, the Wild looking for that opportunity to really kill the game off. Oh, you can see it there. Coulter couldn't get the puck where he wanted it on his stick, couldn't quite get it on the toe. Barlow gets that played across. Edwards plays it to Corson Heron behind the boards. Again, Coulter with the no look to Barlow, read it well. It's come off Morris, and there goes the little breakaway. Morris going to do what he can to try and drag this in. Morris goes to go backhand, and somehow Finney gets enough on it to send it over, and that could have been a sucker punch.
That's a great save by Miles.
Edwards fancies his chances, shoots, sends wide. Barlow's going to pick up the loose puck. 34 seconds left on the initial penalty of the interference call. Gilbert on the puck, inside the dock, gets the Barlow. Barlow winds it up with a sweet spot. I thought that had gone in there, but it was off the side netting.
So did all the crowd.
You see there, Barlow's got a sweet spot on his stick he has to get it from. And a loose puck there, we've seen them go in this season.
Yeah.
Dived on by Stones. See it again, Lee.
Yeah, Barlow on the right-hand side here. He could have done that 1T a little bit earlier. Herring just in that high slot again. Unlucky with the pass there from Reese. He just couldn't find a way through today.
Well, we'll redo. This time Wild of the Scimitars wins the puck. They drag it forward, and they've gained the neutral zone at least, into the Wild zone. All the way. Goes to go all the way, does Cuts. And what a play that was.
Nice little move there past the D-man. I think it was Murray.
Parking into the corner. Wild trying to clear the zone. Riddick plays it out. Lost his stick, Rushby. So instead he'll play some foot puck.
It's down there. Nice.
And that's come now, but I'm just watching the afters in front of the bench there. Edwards chasing that one down. Sheffield looking for a quick up in the middle. Miscommunication, sends the pass behind, and Edwards has scooped that one up. Edwards puts it across the right in front of Stones, but he feels comfortable to leave it. Williamson finds Britton. Britton's got Edwards in the middle.
Nice
pass Edwards! Edwards! And it's in! Well, Stones thought he'd done it up, but Reese Edwards, let's see it again. What a goal that was.
I've not seen the light come on.
There, it's a flash. It looks like it's going to roll, and it almost rolls round. Oh, and they're testing the light now. I think the bulb's gone.
Great pass by Nathan Britton though on a 2-on-1. I think it was just a lazy change by Sheffield on the far side. They got caught on that odd man rush, and just a nice little chip through by Nath through to Reese, and he's just finished that well. And
it's given the Widnes Wild breathing room. It's now YKK Widnes Wild 4, Sheffield Scimitars 3. 8:15 remains in the game. Wild only in this by a goal. This could still go either way as Edwards looks to tip that around his man. Sean Wild of the Scimitars. Edwards again gets it forward to Barlow. There's Barlow and Coulter. Coulter gains his own, drops it for Barlow. Barlow around the dot, drops it back in the middle for Coulter. Redwell, Parkins there, knocked it forward for Cuts. Cuts leaves the puck behind. Jackson can't get it. Barlow ends up throwing it back in. It's going to be run around for Edwards to get there. Edwards lets it go. Coulter sends it back in. Williamson into the corner for the Wild. Picked up by Sean Wild. Turned out. And here come the Scimitars, gain the zone. Parkin takes the shot on, spilt up. Well, came off Finney at an awkward angle, and it was Williamson who was there to save the day.
Yeah, that just landed. Good save by Miles, but it just fed through a little bit, and just Williamson cleaned it off the line there.
And I have said it this season, Lee, Williamson has been probably one of the standout players for the Wild. Now, you've had the pleasure of playing alongside him. What's it like? How well does he read the game?
He's been an absolute great signing from Alty. He's one of those guys where, for me, because I'm a stay-at-home D-man, I could just stay there, let him do all the work kind of pretty much, and then I would always be there to sweep up behind him and he behind me. It's just great partnership. He works well with whoever he's paired with. So
tempers are starting to
I'm watching Barlow and Rushby there. There's definitely an arm up. It's going to be with Barlow and Rushby. Rushby's the one who gets called for cross-checking.
And again, Sheffield handing the advantage to the Widnes Wild.
Yeah, this is just late in the third. Gas tank starting to drain.
Yeah. Oh, and I want a quick word with you.
See, Daneko's just having a word with the ref again, and he's already got a 10. He's just been the silly boy there, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Daneko's been sent the showers.
Well, you know the official won't stand for it.
Maybe the off-ice thing may be an issue.
And then Sims have literally just come and benefited on that. We'll find out as play resumes with Barlow behind the net. Let's bear in mind, though, it is the Wild that are the goal up, so they would win this game. Out in front, Coulter, what a save, Stones. Yardley's going to get over there. Wild needs to beat out his man in the form of Edwards. Can he? The answer to that is no, he can't. They've cleared it right. Here we go. One eye on Stones. Winters looks like he's ready to open that trapdoor.
You've got to get this puck.
They have, but here come the Wild again with Coulter inside the final minute. Coulter and Edwards gets it to Edwards. Edwards back. What a beautiful goal! And that's how you seal the deal. Let's see it again, Lee.
Little off here by Joey. Nice little pass to Reese. That touch there is fantastic.
That was dirty.
Absolutely fine. I don't know if he saw Barlow coming in back there, but that's a great little touch.
Well, just as you think overtime could be looming, it's now Widnes Wild 5, Sheffield Scimitars 3.
Joining me now is the assistant coach of the Sheffield Scimitars, Coach Solway. Coach, you came into Widnes today, some public backroom changes, some possible upset at Widnes, and you gave them a game. What was the game plan, and did you think that came into it? Did that factor?
Well, we're just getting better now, and we're getting to that point where at the start of the season we come in and say, well done, boys, we tried really hard. And now I think we're getting to that point where we're starting to have some self-belief. We're starting to get to the point where we can come into a place like Widnes and stay competitive for 3 periods. And last time we were here, I remember we did a decent job, but we came with 2 lines. This time we were a lot stronger, came with 3, worked hard. The kids are learning, the veterans are helping work them through, got some injuries back. And when you got kind of veteran support we've got, then it looks really great. So we're almost more disappointed now in a close game not to have got more out of it, but it's still a process and it'll come.
Yeah, it's fair to say, obviously, that when we saw Sheffield previously, you kind of tired towards the third, and that's where, it was the mistakes and the quick round the backs that were catching you. Today, though, it was a completely different game. It was chalk and cheese. We saw, right till the dying buzzer, just pressure and focus on what's gone into making that change.
Well, manpower, really. We still, short some more veterans or older players we'd like, and the kids are coming through and learning what it takes to compete at this level. And then just trying to, make it work and just all the little things right. It's always those little things that make it work for you and the little things that'll kill you. And if we start doing more of those right, as we are, then you start seeing us being competitive late into a third period instead of dying off. I mean, personnel just helps. We had 3 lines rather than 2. We get a bit more D support. We only had 4 today. Those guys worked their butts off and gave us everything. So we're getting there, soon. And I think we've got the talent. We show we've got the ability. It's just putting it all together and just eliminating some of those last few little problems we still have.
So looking towards the rest of the season now, Coach, what have the Scimitars got to do to make sure they can hold their heads high going in?
Win. We got to win one. That's what we got to do. We got to win one. That'll help. Put some points on the board. Start climbing up. Get some self-belief going, and then anything can happen. We're not just kind of looking forward to next year now, but we need to start getting some self-belief. Has to happen now. We don't want to go through a season where it's just constantly scraping and constantly feeling good about getting hammered. We need to close that gap, and we're doing that now. So get a win. Get some more self-belief going. I think we'll be there.
Joining me at this time is new head coach of the Widnes Wild, Joe Coulter. Joe, an impressive performance. A Sheffield side that, on paper, most might have written off at the beginning of the game, yet when they came out, they gave the Wild a bit of a challenge.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I know we were short on bodies, but I feel sometimes like the less players you've got, your back's against the wall, you come out a little bit hungrier. And I thought our Sheffield team was brilliant tonight. They skated with us right till the end. And don't put them down. They've got some really skilled players in there, some very talented youngsters coming through. I mean, you look at the Nottingham team a couple of years ago, we were in the same situation, and now we're up there winning games. I see that as the kind of Scimitars in the next couple of years. These young guys coming through, if we can keep a hold of them. So yeah, definitely, good hockey team.
Now, it's fair to say, obviously, you've come in as the head coach, taking over from Rich Hagger. You'll start wanting to implement your own style and your own things in there. So maybe 1 or 2 things in play tonight, but you can see, we've spoken about it all season, the skill of the team and the confidence stepping up all in all. And I think the epitome of that tonight was that final assist from Reece, yourself, Reece and Matty in that 3. It was a dirty pass. We loved it on the commentary, I won't lie. What's the feeling like in general to obviously not having to restart and go again, but just kind of building on what's already there?
Well, what's already there is the reason that I took the role on. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have bought a dead dog. I knew what the guys in there have got, and I just wanted to try something different. You know, I love Richie. You know, I'm saddened that he's away. Obviously, we had that chemistry playing together, and but differences aside, I feel like we've seen some different animals out there tonight. I thought the different line combinations worked. You know, definitely we got Bez Hughes playing as a forward. I thought he was outstanding tonight, and yeah, we tried to. We've only had one training session. We tried to implement some different things, and we've seen it. We've seen glimpses of the way that we want to play. We want to play fast hockey off the rush. We want to play possession hockey. I mean, we dominated with the puck at times. So I couldn't ask any more of the boys. I thought the scoreline was a bit closer than the way we played, but that's credit to Sheffield. They were dogs all night and skated with us for 60. So yeah, I'm happy. I couldn't ask more of the boys in our first game, and we just got to build on it.
Now we've got to talk about the elephant in the room. Last week's result was a heavy result to take if you're a Widnes fan, and now you've got to look ahead, and it's Solway again. Okay, we know it's not the cup this time, and they do like their silverware, but it's the league and they're running away with it. What has got to be different from Widnes' perspective going into this one, starting on a fresh slate?
You know what, seeing this team and what we're capable of, we want to be that spanner in the works. You know, we want to be up there with your Whitleys, we want to be up there with your Solways. And, you know, I'm not a dreamer, all right? I've seen what them guys have got in their back pocket, and we've got it in that dressing room. You know, I mean, we just take it a game by game. You know, we're going to play second tomorrow, and that's got to be the real test. Is what we're trying to work towards, is it achievable? And I think tomorrow's a good kind of guideline for where we're going to be with a new style of hockey that we're playing. And of course, last week was sore, and we said that to the boys. You know, the black and yellow army are coming in to watch us, and you got to remember that feeling. After losing 11-2, you've got to remember that. That can't happen again. And you know what I mean? You could see some of the guys had a bit of fire in their belly because we had to answer what happened last week. And you know what I mean? From a fan's perspective, I thought we did ourselves proud there.
Sunday night saw the Blackburn Hawks host the Billingham Stars in that mid-Moralee table battle. The Hawks desperately trying to get some points on the board and catch back up to the Widnes Wild and Solihull Barons who were edging them out. This one's brought to you by Hawks TV.
Billingham penalty, time at 5.17 seconds, number 62. Patrick Springbok receives 2 minutes for tripping. That's number 62, receives 2 minutes for tripping. Time at 5 minutes 17 seconds. Billingham back to full strength. the penalty area, 21 minutes 30 seconds. Under 55, Musa receives 2 minutes for tripping. That's 2 minutes for tripping, number 55, Musa. Playing the scoreboard, 31 minutes and 36 seconds. Scored by number 5, James Ross, assisted by 15 strikes, and number 42, Mark Ballard. Another one.
So don't let us stop you having yours.
She's already eaten it, but there's some left over.
And finally on Sunday night we saw the return of the Nottingham Lions back to the National Ice Centre as they hosted the Solihull Barons. The Lions, having lost players to the GB squads over the weeks, were looking to get back into action quickly. Commentary for this one's brought to you by Lions TV's Chris Gadsby.
Same lines then, face off to the left of the zone as the Lions look at it. Yokoyama wins it, finds Fisher, then there's a scramble for it and a scrum against the boards. Here is Fisher, nice turn away from one. Goes down low, Lions try to cycle this puck around. Here's Yokoyama, Yokoyama's get blocked and now the Barons can come the other way. That would have been offside had it not come off Yokoyama. Now here's Clouting Thomas. Thomas to Fisher, Fisher plays it off the boards to Crowston. Here is Crowston, early shot in just wide. And here is Daniel Morkai. Fisher just blocks him, Lions go for a change, so do the Barons. Here's Crow behind the net. Away from one, feeds it over to the left-hand side. Pass across is blocked, Matty Bloor gets down low to prevent that one from coming in. Now here's Somerton. Somerton just gets caught on the puck. Barons turn it over in the offensive zone. Nice defensive work there though by Ryan Keogh. Lions can bring it away. Here is Gibbs. Forced well wide. It's a bit of a hit and Somerton goes in to apply some support. Still with Gibbs, who's done really well. Gets away from one. Can't get a shot away though. Behind the net it is. Here is Somerton. Somerton hands it off and now it's with the Barons. That's some nice work from Grimshaw. Grimshaw turns it over. Can't get a good shot away. Here's Somerton again. Somerton gives away the puck. Barons clear it. Only as far as Davis. Here is Grimshaw. Grimshaw tries to play it on to Gibbs. It's just a bit away from him. Comes back to Grimshaw. Bit of an open ice, two bodies coming together. Barons come away with it. Here's Anderton. Anderton's got Prosser in the middle. Good save. I know it's a goal. Looked as though Bloor had it, but Sam Tyler Prosser, with 2:11 gone in the game, has put the Barons in front early. Bloor got a piece of it, but not enough. And the Lions find themselves a goal down less than 3 minutes into this game. As the Barons yet again win the face-off and just go behind their own net casually. Over on the left-hand side, gets past Fisher with speed. The Barons coming in close. Bloor gets a paddle to it, comes out of the zone. Here's Crow. Crow forced back by Crowston. Now here is Crow again on the right-hand side. Shot is blocked, goes high, hits the glass. Here's Philip Mulcahy. Looking for Maynard. Stick from Fisher forces them out of the zone, then Fisher takes it away from them. Into the offensive zone, Fisher on his own. And they're just too strong for him in the end. And Maverick is able to just paddle it behind and then the Barons play it out of the zone. Lions have it once more. Here's Gibbs. Gibbs has it nicked away from him. Tries to win it back on the red line. Here's Otterson. Turns away from one. And Stones, and that's blocked. Now here is Somerton. Somerton goes to Gibbs, and Lions are 2-on-2. Gibbs wide on the left-hand side. Decides to go alone all the way around the back of the net. Myers Keogh wanted it. Instead he goes to Somerton. Somerton towards the blue line, shot in, is wide. Otterson just gets a little bit caught with the puck. Lions aren't quite able to get it back off the Barons though, as we have now 9 minutes to go in the first period. 15 seconds to go on each of the 2-minute penalties to Yokoyama and Challenge. Barons in their own zone will just keep this puck until the players come back out onto the ice, which they do now. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey here at the National Ice Centre. Barons lead by a goal to nil, 8:40 to go in the first period. Is Wright. Wright to Miles Keogh. Tries to find Wright again, doesn't quite fall for Gibbs in the end. Here's Somerton. Somerton nicely off the boards to Gibbs, and Gibbs has got Yokoyama in support, gives it to Yokoyama, hands around one, back to Gibbs, in close, and good save from Maverick. With 8 minutes to go in this first period, from the red line it's fired all the way in, and that's comfortable for the Barons netminder. Barons just slowing it down, looking to set a play of their own up over the red line. That's dumped in. Bloor goes to collect, and it took a bad bounce off the boards, and that's 2-0. And that's an unlucky goal for the Lions to concede. But it's Jordan Jolly as it takes a bad bounce off the boards. Bloor went scrambling, and Jolly put it into the empty net with 12:20 gone in the first period. Prosser and Jolly with the goals for the Barons so far in this game. Yokoyama wins the face-off, but the second one is won by the Barons. So that takes a deflection well wide of Sheldon's net. And then all the way down the ice. Crow will go and collect. Here's Philip Mulcahy over to Maynard. Clouting Thomas comes across. Maynard gets away from him just about. No, Clouting Thomas stays with it. Then gets a shove against the boards for his trouble. Barron still in the zone though. Here's Daniel Mulcahy to Otterson. Comes away, and now Jack Croston's got an opportunity to put some speed into his legs. Gets to halfway, dumps it into Laverick. And we have 2 minutes and a second to go in the first period. 1 minute and 35 gone in the second period, so 2-0 the Barons lead. Here's Whitehouse. Over to the right hand side. Nice passing move from the Barons. Here's Anderton. Anderton forced wide by Somerton. Still with the puck, goes all the way around the back of the net. Here's Stokes. Stokes puts one on net, takes a deflection and comes off the post, and Sheldon still doesn't have it. Barons an inch or two away from going 3-0 in front. Here's Stokes again. In neutral ice, the Barons now. Forward for Maurice. Maurice, Anderton, they keep it in. Here's Slater. Slater forced behind the net, feeds it out in front, and Lions don't get it clear, and Sheldon didn't know where it was for a moment. 2.5 gone second period. It's been all Barons so far in this middle 20. Whitehouse thinks about the shot first time, instead just delays slightly, gives Sheldon a chance to get set. Sheldon makes another good save. Something for Gibbs to chase, and Gibbs will get there. Can't control it the way he would have liked against the Zamboni doors though. Now here is Chandler. Chandler goes onto the right hand side. Sheldon makes another save from Prosser's shot. Tame one, but Sheldon couldn't hold it, and then it ends up in the Barons bench. 16:44 to go second period. Here's Maynard. Maynard shoots a long way wide. He was looking for a deflection that didn't come. Fisher helps it on its way. It's too far for Croston though. Lions managed to stay on side. Here is Croston. Good defensive stick work from the Barons. Just disrupts the Lions, sorry. Here is Philip Mulcahy. Plays it into the centre. Here's Maynard. Maynard shoots. Blocked by Wright. Maynard collects his own rebound. Back to Crow. Crow fans on the shot, and now this is an opportunity for the Lions to come the other way, and it's Yokoyama. Yokoyama with Croston in support. Yokoyama goes alone just wide. And now he's giving it away on the blue line. Barons have the opportunity to come the other way. Lions with numbers back, but Barons moving it around, and they score. Sheldon committed early. And it's Daniel Mulcahy who gets the third goal for the Barons. 5:11 gone in the second period. They make it 3-0. Here's Haywood. The Lions find themselves 3 goals down now. Assists on that goal coming to Nicholas Otterson and Philip Mulcahy as well. Lions now with a bit of a hill to climb, not quite a mountain yet, as the Barons come on the left hand side, going tight on Sheldon again. You feel that the Lions need a goal in this period. 14 minutes of it remain. Here is Somerton. Somerton finds Grimshaw. Grimshaw can't control it. Barons come the other way now. Here's Miles Keogh though, as it just runs away from them. Grimshaw. Grimshaw with Gibbs going forward. Diagonal pass just only finds the tape of Stokes. Here is Somerton. Somerton looking for Gibbs. No icing. Gibbs gets there first, and then Gibbs gets thrown into the boards by challenge for good measure. Barons get it back. Scrum for it down in front of me. Comes away to Miles Keogh. Keogh just has too many red jerseys to try and get past. Here's Gibbs. Gibbs gets over the red line, dumps it in. 7 gone, middle period. Here's Jolly. Jolly with several white jerseys chasing him, still with the puck. Out in front. Finds Chandler. Chandler, his pass across. Didn't find anybody in red. Berehowski was never going to get on the end of that one. Took a deflection up and into the air. Here's Chandler. Outlet pass looking for Jolly. Just couldn't quite get a hold of it. Runs through to Owen Davis. Marples, that runs away from him. Nice bit of skill from Otterson. And again, nice skill from Otterson. And again, nice skill from Otterson. He almost thought about the lacrosse move there momentarily. Here's Maynard. Down for Otterson again. Back to Crow at the blue line, and Sheldon makes the save. 12:09 to go, middle period. Face off won by the Lions. Here's Dermott. Dermott's pass is taken out of the zone by Slater. Comes back as far as Ryan Keogh. Lions just not getting their passes to go tape to tape at the moment. Barons in their own zone. Little bit of a loose control of that one. Still getting out though. Anderson just gets a little bit of a check into the board. Lions still with it. Here is Gibbs. Gibbs on his backhand, in tight. Nobody knows where it is for a split second. It's safely behind the net. So we reach the midway point of this game. 10 minutes to go in the second period. Lions down by 3-0. Here's Gibbs. Doesn't get a clean control of it. There's a gum shield down on the ice there, belonging to somebody, not sure who. Referee goes to pick it up. Here is Gibbs again. Gibbs tried to lay it off, and shot comes in, but it's blocked at source. Out the way now, here's James Muller. Gets over the red line, throws it in. Comes to Prosser. Right. Fisher helps it on its way. Gibbs helps it further and then goes for a change. Here is Otterson. Has it taken away from him on the blue line. Crowston. Crowston throws it in. Somerton chasing it, doesn't get there first. Here's Fisher. Can't get the clean pass away. Otterson brings it away to Philip Mulcahy. Tries to go back to Otterson. Sheldon makes the save, doesn't keep everything on it. Maynard thinks about the shot, goes over to the left. Bit of a scramble for it on the left-hand side. Some nice defensive work. Sheldon makes a good save again. Lions with an opportunity now. It's 2-on-2. They've got to play this correctly. Crowston forced wide and he just dumps it in. Forces a save out of Laverick. Somerton goes to apply a forecheck. And now it's come away for the Lions. And Verahowski can't get a shot away. Somerton goes down hard. He gets up, he's okay. Berahowski fights for it. Crowston has a bit of a miscommunication with his point man. Inside 8 to go, second period. Still 3-0 to the Barons. Wayward outlet pass though from Philip Mulcahy. Gives it back to the Lions. And here's Josh Heyman on the ice. First time we've seen him tonight. He puts a bit of an elbow into the back of Mulcahy. Now over on the right hand side, Crow winds up a shot that comes off the post. I think Sheldon got a bit of it first. Lions with possession once more. Try to go through the middle. Sticks flying everywhere. Do they keep control of it? No, they don't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. It goes from one team to the other. Shot there from Stokes was blocked before it got to Sheldon. Inside 7 to go in the second period. Lions, you feel, need a goal in this middle 20 just to reduce the deficit back to 2. Yokoyama chasing that one. Tries to put a bit of a check in. Isn't able to do so, but wins the puck brilliantly. Can't get a pass away, so it goes to Gibbs instead. Now here is Connor Glossop. Glossop in tight, comes back out towards the point. Clouting Thomas fires a shot in, and that's blocked by Slater. Here is Yokoyama. Yokoyama gets a shove in the back, gets another shove in the back, then it's all tied up. Lions not really applying too much in the way of offensive pressure so far in this game. They had a good spell there. So we tick now to 6 minutes to go in the second period. Lions keep it in the zone, dumped it back in. Now the Barons have got it out of there. Here's Maurice. Maurice gets really nicely away from one, gets onto his forehand, Sheldon makes a good save. And then the Lions lose it out in front, and there is goal number 4. And it's Sam Chandler with the goal. Lions gave it away inside their own zone. And that hill has just turned into a mountain for the Lions. Face off won by the Lions. Shot is blocked at source, comes out of the zone. Scrum for it on that right hand corner. Here is Stokes. Stokes, he forces Dan Martin to make a move. Dan Martin does really well to win it back for the Lions inside the offensive zone though. Berahowski then leaves it behind, comes back to Martin. Just runs away from him. Now here is Marples. Maurice fires it into the linesman, gets it back inside the final 2 minutes now of the second period. That one's fired at Gibbs, who's very frustrated with it, and the entire Lions team are getting frustrated now. Things are not going their way here this evening. 100 seconds to go in the period. Here's Clouting Thomas. Nothing Thomas to Croston. Lions have got a 2-on-1 here. Croston tries to play it through. It's come back out to Fisher! And Lions get one on the board with a minute and 25 to go. Toby Fisher capitalising on the loose puck in front and backhanding it into the roof of the net. Lions get on the board. And is this the start of a comeback for the Nottingham side? So Stephen, they're playing in the Motorpoint Arena on Saturday. We've got a double header of Lions next weekend. Motorpoint Arena, 1 o'clock face-off on Saturday. It's Nottingham versus Sheffield Ice Hockey Day. It's Lions against the Scimitars at 1, and then the Panthers against the Steelers at 7. Then on Sunday, the Lions are at home again, this time back on this rink. There will, of course, be live coverage as usual. Barron's round the back of the zone. Fired in and scored. That take a deflection in front, I believe it did. It's Daniel Mulcahy with his hands in the air. Exactly 4 minutes into the final period, and you feel that, if it wasn't before, that is the game sewn up now for the Solihull Barons.
And here's how the rest of the results played out around the week. And here's how the rest of the results played out for the rest of the weekend. You can see the 9-0 victory there, Solway over the Blackburn Hawks on Saturday night. The D-side Dragons losing 2-10 at home to the Whitley Warriors. And then on the Sunday, Nottingham Lions, as we saw there, losing 5-1 to the Solihull Barons. And the Scimitars holding the Dragons to 4-2. Well, this is what it means for the table. Still Solway riding high with the Whitley Warriors chasing them behind. And then you've got the Billingham Stars and Solihull Barons in that 3rd and 4th place trapdoor currently. The Widnes Wild looking to get back into that pack, chased down by the Blackburn Hawks, and then slowly but surely D-side sliding the way up the table. Nottingham Lions are still holding off the Sheffield Scimitars, looking for that first win of the season as they prop up the table. And finally for tonight, here's the fixtures for the weekend coming up. It's the Blackburn Hawks and the Whitley Warriors on Saturday night, along with the D-side Dragons and the Solway Sharks. But the interesting one of the whole weekend is the Dragons versus the Wild, that Northwest derby on the Sunday. Make sure you can try and get down or support your local team. See you next week.
Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.